Hey guys, my name is Jennifer and I am Jenofeve Designs. Today I wanted to record a video. Actually, it's kind of odd. It's a little bit weird. I'm doing things in a different order than I normally do. So, oops, my sweater is falling apart here. My whoopee. I have so many whoopies that I wear. Anyway, so I'm doing everything in just a little bit of a different order because with this set of templates, there's a few different things, and some of you are way more advanced in your album making, your scrapbook album making. Have been with me for a really long time and probably can figure it out just by the guidebook. But for those of you who need a more visual and want to go ahead and get started, because you know we may not be working on a project yet, because I haven't even filmed the intro yet. So this is the first video I'm actually filming for the timeless set of templates, you guys. So it's a little bit weird, but what I wanted to do is I wanted to show you how this new binding works. I'm not even sure it's a binding, but so I wanted that to be one of the first videos so that if you wanted to get rolling, you know how this specific binding works. And this is the Timeless Printable Scrapbook Album templates. This is my latest release. So there should already, you should already see an intro video to this set of templates. I'm just recording them in a weird order. And this is too much explanation and I'm sorry. It's been a while, you guys. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, so I will link the intro video up here for you guys in the cards and down below in the description box, so you can check that out. But today I'm going to show you how to do the binding. So I think I'm going to call it, and you guys can help me out a little bit. I'm going to have to put, so on my cover, this is my workbook, right? So on my cover, I always put another printed page of the title sheet on the cover so there's no shine. Normally it wouldn't matter if you weren't recording, but like, look, that's why. See the difference? It's very shiny. So I like to add another picture on top, but I'll have to fix that probably before I do the intro video. Sorry, I know that's confusing. Okay, so the main pages, the main base pages in this album are, this is my guide, right? This is the mat for the page number 3, which is main base layer 1. So there are 4 layers. There is page 3, page 4, page 5, and page 6. And then there is just a standalone page, page 7. So if you are making an album that you want 4 pages, and you're making the largest size, then you would use all 4 of these. If you are making the one for the 3 pages, you would use page 3, page 4, page 5, and so on and so forth. So I think I'm either going to call it a step down binding or a step up binding. I think I'll call it step down because it's easier to put it together. You guys let me know what you think it should be called. So what I've done is I have printed page 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I've printed different, background designs. So this is the, what am I calling that? Scripty check? This is the Scripty check. And I printed 2 of these out because I'll show you how to cut it out because I've already prepped all of these. So Scripty check, I printed page 3 on, or Scripty check for page 3. This is Vintage Script, page 4. Page 5 is Faded Floral. And then page 6 is Flutter. So what I'm going to do, and I've already prepped all of these, but I'll do one with you. So I'm going to cut out page 3 with you guys. So I'm going to set these aside for now. Okay, so before I show you how to cut these out, I'll just really quickly show you one of the prototypes that has all 4 of these layers. So this is the largest size. So this is one of my prototypes, and it may be falling apart. I haven't looked at it in a bit, but I did make all of my prototypes with removable covers this time around just because they're thick. You know, that's pretty thick. I will link down below. I'll have links to these paper collections that I use in my prototypes for the first couple videos, just in case you want to check it out. I'm not sure what we're going to be using to actually make the album that we're going to make together, but there you have it. So this has got all 4 layers. So you'll see that there's a big step. Like that's a big step up, right? So this is actually page number 6. So this would be page number 6. So when you have your album built and you're flipping your pages, the whole thing lays flatter. This is page 5. So this is the next step down. Sorry. So you can see, right? Next step down, just like that. And then, whoops, got stuff falling out. And then this is page 4. Let me show you that. Right, see that there? And then this is page 3. So in this particular case, I have page 3 mounted over here. And there is a 3D pocket over here. So that's one way. And then let me show you another way. The last page, the way that it was designed to be used from the beginning. Whoop. Boy, I'm just throwing stuff everywhere. Okay, I'm just so out of practice, you guys. Okay. But let me show you just an example of the smallest album. This is the smallest album, so this would be the smallest, even though if you didn't have 2 3D pockets in here, it would be a little thinner. But this is the smallest, and again, the pocket removes. This is the smallest. So I'll actually have, where I've got page 3 on this side, but then I've also got one on this side. So this would be the traditional way of the way I originally designed how to use these pages would be to attach it on this side. But in this case, you can attach it on both. You can do that probably with all of the layers. I haven't attempted to make one where the layer, let's say the layer page 5 or 6 was on this side. I haven't actually done it. I should do that. We should do that. But anyway, so it can be mounted, or mounted, is that the right word? Attached on either side of the base like this for sure. But we'll have to create one the other way to see if it can be done the other. I'm sure it can. I'm sure it can. Why not, right? Okay, so anyway, that's the binding that I'm getting ready to show you now. I also have I think what I'll do, I'll have the products that I'm using linked down below. Oh shoot. That's the only thing about having a mounted camera in the ceiling is that you can't adjust it as easily. Okay, well, this is my Fiskars dusty, it's not dusty, it's paper dust. I think I just broke it now. Paper trimmer, and I love it. It's a heavy duty one. So I will make an Amazon list for this project that shows you everything that I'm using in there in case you want to check it out. I'll have that link down below. Okay, let's see. So page number, these are printed onto cardstock, but if you want to do like a practice round, pick whatever paper you want, okay? I just wanted to print out something that you could see. So here's what we're going to do. Okay, first thing I want to point out. See, again, I'm rusty. Most of your printers will not print this edge, okay? But you go ahead and leave it on there. Do not cut this part. You don't need to make it skinnier here. You can just leave it. So you're just going to make 3 cuts. So top, side, and bottom. Top side, the right side, and the bottom side. So I'm going to line that up, trim that off. Trim that off. Did I tell you what kind of, oops, I trimmed that crooked. Did I tell you what kind of paper this is? This is 80-pound white cardstock. I'll link it in Amazon, in my Amazon list, because that's where I buy it from. My staples around me closed. I could not believe it. Not that that matters. Not that you have to buy your paper at Staples just because it's Staples. Okay. And then I'm going to cut the bottom off. Oh, I cut it again. I need to pay attention. See, I'm just so out of practice, you guys. I'm just not paying attention to what I'm doing. Okay. So now we've got something that looks like that. So you would want to do all of your pages this exact same way. So I'm going to grab my scoreboard. This is a We Are Memory Keeper scoreboard, and my stylus. Actually, I think this is an EK Success one. I'm not 100%, it's got some glue on it. I'm not 100% sure. I've had them for so long. I think it is. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, okay, on my scoreboard, I know there's a lot of newbies out there, and sometimes I forget that. On my scoreboard, it doesn't come with these lines on it. It's just plain. But I like to mark certain lines. So I've got 3, 6, 9, and 11. I'm not sure why I had to have 11, but I'm sure there were, oh, I know why, because some of my templates, you need to be able to get to that far. I know that doesn't make any sense. It does, but it doesn't. So I put these here with a Sharpie. I just literally take a, wait a minute, let me find one. I literally take a fine tip Sharpie and I just go like this. And then I'll go up, boop, you know what I'm saying? Boop, boop, just so that I can see. And you can, if you want to, you can put as many marks on your board or no marks. It's totally up to you, but this way I can see it. So I'm just gonna push this up to the top. And sometimes my printer prints a little wonky. So it printed this wonky or I trimmed it wonky. So let me straighten it out really quick. I'm trying to see which end I trimmed off funky. Oh, not that one, it's this one. And that's okay. You just put it back in your paper trimmer. Put it back in your paper trimmer and trim it off. And then I'm gonna check to see if that was what I needed to do. Yes, perfect. Okay, so I'm just gonna stick this on here and, whoops, I gotta remember where you are. I'm gonna stick this on here and I am going to gently score this line, and I'm gonna scooch this over just a hair because sometimes my printer, everybody's printer is different, and sometimes my printer just acts funny and does weird stuff. Sometimes it'll change settings on me, like I have it set to print a certain way, and sometimes all of a sudden it prints it bigger or smaller, or sometimes it's just the most bizarre printer thing. You know, printers are just, they're something, that's for sure. So, okay, so now I've got something that looks like this. So I'm just going to take a second and I'm just going to prep those score marks. And for the sake of this demonstration, I went through all of my pages and I just, on the back side, because it's just white back here, I just went and did this. I just inked up both of those score marks, and I'll show you. I just inked up both of those score marks, and top and bottom, just so that you guys can see them. See, again, I've got you up too high. Just so you guys can see them, okay? You don't have to if you don't want to with your practicing, but I'm just gonna say that it is, it's helpful. So I'm gonna set this one aside. So I have page 6, page 5, page 4, page 3, and I've done all the same thing to all 4. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to do anything to this side of page 6. So I'm going to set 6 aside for now, since we're doing, actually no, that was a fib. I just fibbed to you. We're not going to set page 6 aside. We're actually going to, since we're doing all 4 pages, here's what we're going to do. Geesh. Okay, so this little extra little tab here, we're going to put tape on this, and I'm going to grab, this is 3/8 inch tape, and I am going to, this is double-sided adhesive. So we've got this score mark and this score mark. So on this score mark, I'm going to come just a smidge away from that score mark, and I'm going to put some tape there. This is a right angle tool. Darlene, whoop, I got glue on everything. Darlene, I need to get that off. Her shop is called Darlene by Heart, I think. Created by Darlene. I can't pronounce her last name. I'm sure I have before and butchered it. But anyway, she sent this to me a long time ago, and I love them. It's called the Right Angle Tool. I use it when I make my albums. I use it to cut tape. I'll have her link down below. Okay. So where you want to put a piece there, and then it's up to you how much you want to cover on this. So I'm going to put a piece on this edge. So you could, if you wanted to, you could fill this in with tape or glue or not. So just because this is just for demonstration, I'm going to leave it just like that. So I'm going to do all of them the exact same way. So this is page 5. I'm going to come a smidge away from that score mark, the first score mark there on the left hand side. Same page 4. And page 3. Okay, so then I'm going to burnish this tape down on all of them. Okay, so if you were just making the smallest albums, you would start with page 3, which is what this one is, and that's how you would attach it down. You would attach this down to the cover, and that would be your page 3. So you would take this part and attach that down to your cover. Okay, so that's if you were just doing the smallest album. So there's 4 sizes, right? And so this one is the smallest. But if you're not, let's say you're doing the next size up, which is 2 pages. So you would need page 3 and page 4. Okay, so what you would do here is you would take and, let me see, yep. You would take and flip page 4 over, and on page 3, you want to kind of angle. You don't want to go all the way to the score mark, but you just kind of want to angle it just a little bit. I'm going to pull my garbage bowl in. So you want to angle that just so this is my garbage bowl. Right, so you angled the tab on page 3. So then what you want to do is you want to kind of flatten that out. I'm going to do this again. Flatten that out like that. And I'm going to remove my tape. If you wanted to add glue here, now would be the time. If you wanted to use a glue stick to give you a little bit more wiggle room, now would be the time. So then you want to flip it over. So you've got this one upside down. So the print is on this side, right? So then you want to take this page, and you've got the sticky underneath. You want to come in. I'm going to scooch you in, I think. Okay. So you want to come in with this page number 3 to attach to page number 4. You want to come in right inside, maybe about a 1/16 of an inch away from this first score mark. So first you want to match up the edges. You want to make sure it's straight, or as straight as you can. So then you want to go about a 1/16 of an inch away from that first score mark. So it looks like that. Can you see it? I don't know how well it's going to show up. Okay, now let me scooch it back out. Sorry, every time I touch my camera it starts to act funny. I'm trying to figure out my camera. I really, really am. Whoops, wrong way. Not my camera. I'm trying to figure out the setup. Okay. So we have attached page number 3's tab to page number 4's tab. So it looks like this, right? So it doesn't, this edge here doesn't matter, so don't forget, because you can see there that it does not match. But it is where it's supposed to be. So now, if you look from that view, so this is page number 3, this is page number 4. So when they are in the book, this part kind of butts up to the spine part of that page. So this spine butts up to that spine, right? So there is the 2-page book, okay? So if you're going up one, if you want to do a 3-page book, page number 5, 4, and 3, you want to take page number 4, you want to go ahead and trim that off. You can trim it off to the exact same as the number 3. Just angle it just a little bit, like that. And then, let's see here. It looks like I did put this on a little crooked. Well, you know what, it is okay, because this is a 3D project, so it's no big deal. It's not that big a deal. I get caught up sometimes. Okay, so you want to take page number 5, flip it over. So you've got the pretty side down, right? So again, you want to take this and take number 4, page number 4, take the tab and attach it to the tab of page number 5. Okay, so I'm going to line this up. Again, we're going to stay about a 1/16 of an inch away from that first score mark. You've got plenty of room, so you're not going to mess anything up. Right, burnish that down. So now you have 3. So page 3, page 4, page 5. So again, if you're going to do a 4-page, same process. Go ahead and tab your corners there, or miter your, whatever you want to call it. Whatever's clever. Who used to say that? I feel like one of my family members used to say that, whatever's clever. So I'm doing this kind of in a backwards order. I feel like if you know you're making 4 pages, you would start by laying page 6 down, then attaching page 5, attaching page 4. You know what I mean? I feel like you would do it in, but since I'm trying to show you the different albums, like if you were making a 3-page album, this is what you would do, right? So I hope that makes sense. If not, leave me a comment and I will try to clarify when we're making our album together. Alright, I removed the tape backing. Same thing. I'm going to attach this 1/16 inch away from that first score, like that. Oops, I know that one went on crooked, I can tell, but that's okay. Again, I'm not going to worry about it. So now we have the four pages on here. So you could even flatten it out like that. This would be the 4-page size album, the largest. Oh. So it looks like that. Okay. Right, does that make sense? Okay, so it would be attached down to the album. So you got the top page, you got the next page, and the bottom page. So this part is what you attach down to an album. Let me grab one. So I'm sure that when I show you guys, when I record the intro video and I do flip throughs of all my prototypes, I'll explain to you guys that when the first set of prototypes I made was with the Alice in Wonderland paper, but then I wanted to make sure, and that was like while I was creating the templates, which is something I don't usually do, but I usually make mock-ups, just mock-ups, which are kind of like just using whatever paper, doesn't matter. I'm not trying to make it look pretty kind of thing. But anyway, I did it different this time. So I wanted to make a whole nother set of prototypes so that I knew for sure everything was working properly. So I did that, but all of my covers are removable on both sets of prototypes. But in this set of prototypes, all of the pages are removable. So let me show you what I mean. I'm sure I'll show you in the intro video the flip through. So I've got, this is the largest, and all of these pages are removable. And the reason I did this is because I didn't want to make a whole new, all 4 albums all new, when I knew that I could literally, if I had them removable where they're just magnetized onto the album covers, then I can just make all 4 sizes and have each layer removable, and it's a lot less, it took me a lot less time because I was on a time crunch. So here it would be the album if it was just one signature. Is that what we want to call it? One signature, one page, one, right? So the reason I wanted to show you that is because I'm getting ready to remove them all, right? So let me move this out of the way. So here's the largest album. I'm going to remove all of these pages, so all 4. So this is what this looks like when it's got pretty pattern paper on it, right? Right? Okay. So you would literally take this edge here, this edge of your completed stack here, your completed layers, and on the back cover you are going to attach it down. Now you can either go right up to the edge of your chipboard. There's the edge of my, here I'll try to point to it. Here's the edge of my chipboard, and then there's the dent, the gully, and then here's the spine. So here's the edge of my spine, here's the edge of my chipboard. So you can go directly up to that edge, or you can scooch it away. Either way, it does not matter, because once you attach it down, so you would attach it down like that, and it would be attached like this, because you will either mat this, or you will put a page here, or a pocket, or a 3D pocket. So this is not going to be seen, okay? So you don't have to worry about that part. So when you attach it down, right, so you've got your pages and your cover, and if you go right up to that edge there, it'll do the same thing. So you've got this one that opens, right? So they just kind of fold open and lay on each other, okay? So it's just as simple as that. That's how this new binding works. It is, what am I going to call it? Step up or step down? You guys help me decide. I may decide when I do the intro, but anyway, so that is what, that's how you do that. And then the page 7, I'll show you that really quick. Page 7 is, you can just, it's the same size as this page. It's just got the tabs to where you can make pockets or flips, or yeah, pockets or flips. I don't know what else I was going to say, but you can make it. So page 7 is just the main page, pocket or flip. So it's the same size as these. You could put a pocket right on top, you could put a flip, doesn't matter. So that's what those pages are. Okay, and that's, I guess that's it. That's how to do this new type of binding in this album. I just thought it was kind of cool because of the 3D pockets. I wanted to have more room, and this kind of makes you have that room, if that makes sense. So yeah, so you guys are gonna have to let me know what you think. Give it a try. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact me through Etsy or contact me in my Facebook group. Just ask the question in the Facebook group. If you have any questions, you can leave a comment below this video, and I will either answer your comment or I will make a video to clarify, because I have no idea if I'm making sense to you guys. I wish I knew 100% if I was making sense, but I don't know. But okay, you guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up, and if you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.